Hello students, welcome back to Edviz Learning. Let us continue with chapter number 5, Quadratic Equations. So far in this chapter, we have already finished 4 exercises. Exercise 5a, b, c and d. Okay, 5a was based on the basics of a quadratic equation, where we saw what the standard form of any quadratic equation is. It is given by ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. And we also saw what are roots of a quadratic equation. Basically, they are just the solutions of a quadratic equation. And in the next exercise, exercise 5b, it was based on something called as nature of the roots of a quadratic equation, okay, which is determined by the value of the discriminant, okay, that is b square minus 4ac. Okay, so this is what we have done in exercise 5a and b. In exercise 5c, we studied factorization method to solve any quadratic equation. So solving part began with exercise 5c. After that, we saw what is the formula to solve any given quadratic equation. Okay, and currently we are on exercise 5e, where we have completed 3 questions. This exercise just has miscellaneous questions which are based on what we have studied earlier in the chapter. Let us continue with exercise 5e, question number 4. Okay, exercise 5e, question number 4. The equation that is given is x square minus 11 upon 4x. Then we have plus 15 upon 8 equal to 0. Okay, we have to solve this equation for x. Here, the coefficient of x is minus 11 upon 4 and the constant is 15 upon 8. The denominator 8 will be the LCM of all 3 terms. Okay, here it is 1, 4 and 8. So we will just multiply this with 8. It will become 8x square. We will multiply this with 2 to make it 8. Correct? So 11 into 2, 22x. Plus 15 divided by 8 equal to 0. Send 8 on the other side. Our equation is 8x square minus 22x plus 15 equal to 8 into 0, that is 0. Okay. Now we need to solve this equation. So let us solve it using factorization method, or you can use formula method as well. But let us try factorization here. We have to factorize 8 multiplied by 15, that is 120. Okay. We need factors of positive 120. Such that the sum of the factors will be minus 22. So one thing is clear here, that both the factors will be negative. Why? Because sum should be negative, minus 22. Now the question is what those factors are. So for 120, if you want to find the factors, when we factorize this is 12 into 10. Correct? 12 and 10, the sum is 22 and the product is 120. So our possible pair of factors, minus 12 and minus 10. Okay, this is the pair of factors. So split the middle term using that. Minus 12x minus 10x plus 15 equal to 0. Correct? Now after splitting the middle term, you have to factorize these terms by the grouping method. In the first 2 terms, we can take 4 common and x common. Correct? So 4 2s are 8, 1x is remaining, minus 4 3s are 12. And x is already outside. Then we have minus 10x plus 15. So here minus 5 can be taken common. In bracket, 5 2s are 10 will be left with x. And again it will be a minus sign because I have taken a negative number common. Okay? So minus 5 3s are 15 equal to 0. Now as you can see, 2x minus 3 is common here. Let us take it outside. And the second bracket is 4x minus 5 equal to 0. So the value of 2x minus 3 is 0 or 4x minus 5 is 0. Okay. That means x is 3 by 2 or x is 5 by 4. Okay. This is the solution for x. A very simple quadratic equation. Now let me give you some time to note this down. Take 30 seconds. Then we'll go to the next question. Okay students, moving on to question number 5. X plus 4 upon x equal to minus 4. where x is not equal to 0. Next question is x plus 4 upon x equal to minus 4, and x obviously it cannot be equal to 0 because it is in the denominator here, 4 upon x, correct? So this is the required equation, we have to solve it. Now if you cross multiply x here, it will become x square plus 4 upon x equal to minus 4. Send this x on the other side, so x square plus 4 equal to minus 4x. Minus 4x will come on the left hand side. The equation is x square plus 4x plus 4 equal to 0. It's a very simple equation. Why? We need factors of 4 such that the addition of those two factors will be 4. So we know what the factors are. 2 2s are 4. That's it. Both positive, correct? So x square plus 2x plus 4 equal to 0. Solve by grouping them. Upon grouping, this is x common, then x plus 2. Here 2 is common, again x plus 2. Take out this bracket common, x plus 2, and what will be left behind? Again x plus 2. So the solution, both the roots here are equal. Okay, here you can see x plus 2 is also 0, or the other x plus 2 is 0. So x is minus 2 and minus 2. Correct? These two are the solutions. They are both same. So this is an equation where you will find out that b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. In such cases, both the solutions are equal, okay, and they are real numbers. So you can verify that if you want. It's just something extra. B square minus 4ac here will be 16 minus 4 into 4 into 1. So 16 minus 16, you are getting 0. Correct? So whenever the solution is equal, that means that the discriminant is equal to 0. Okay? So this is the solution of this equation. I'll give you 30 seconds to note down. Then we'll move on to the next question. Alright students, moving on to the next question, that is question number 6. 2x raised to 4 minus 5x square plus 3 equal to 0. Okay, the next question is 2x raised to 4 minus 5x square plus 3 equal to 0. In this equation, it is not initially a quadratic equation. We'll have to change it into a quadratic equation. How can we do that? So there is a hint given in the question. Let x square equal to some other variable y. Okay. So if we take x square equal to y, this becomes 2x square ka bhi square hai ye, right? So x raised to 4 is x square squared. That means y square minus 5 into x square is nothing but y plus 3 equal to 0. Now it's a simple quadratic equation which we can solve. So 2 3s are 6 के मुझे दो factors चाहिए such that the addition of the factors will be minus 5. So I'm talking addition here because it is a positive number. So both the factors will be negative, minus 2 and minus 3, because we need minus 5 as their sum, right? So let us factorize using these two terms. Minus 2y square minus 2y minus 3y plus 3 equal to 0. You can take 2y common here, which means y minus 1 will be left behind. If we take minus 3 common here, again y minus 1 will be left behind because it is a minus sign we are taking outside. Okay? So the two brackets here are y minus 1 and 2y minus 3 equal to 0. That means y minus 1 equal to 0 or 2y minus 3 equal to 0. That means y equal to 1 or y equal to 3 divided by 2. Now y का value हम लोगों को फिर से resubstitute करना पड़ेगा because y को we have taken x square, right? So let us resubstitute. Therefore x square equal to 1 or x square equal to 3 by 2. That means x का जो आंसर होगा इसका स्क्वायर रूट, 1 का स्क्वायर रूट, इट कैन बी पॉजिटिव और -1, और यहां पे पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव रूट ऑफ 3/2. Okay, root of 3/2. Now there are 4 possible values. That's why the degree of the equation is 4. Correct? So this is the solution of question number 6. I hope you understood it. I'll give you 30 seconds to note this down. Then let us go to the next question. Let's go to the next question now, students. That is question number 7, which is x raised to 4 minus 2x square minus 3 equal to 0. So the equation is this: x raised to 4 minus 2x square minus 3 equal to 0. Now this is very similar to this question. Okay? In this question also you have to assume x square as some other variable. You can take it y, you can take it a, b, c, anything you want, and solve it in a similar manner. Okay? So I leave this question up to you. Please mark question number 7 as your homework. This is question 7 in your textbook. Okay? We will continue on to the next question, that is question number 8. Question number 8. The equation given is 9 multiplied by x square plus 1 upon x square minus 9 multiplied by x plus 1 upon x minus 52 equal to 0. Okay. Now in this equation, you can see that the terms are not similar. Okay. So what do we assume as some other variable? Now in the hint, they have told us that if we assume x plus 1 upon x as some other variable, let it be y. Okay. So let x plus 1 upon x equal to y. So we need to find now what is x square plus 1 upon x square in terms of y. Okay, here if we do square on both sides, what will happen? The whole square will be equal to y square. Correct? So this is a plus b the whole square. Let us expand it. A square plus b square, okay, plus 2ab. So 2 multiplied by x multiplied by 1 upon x. So this is getting cancelled, okay, equal to y square. So what is the value of x square plus 1 upon x square? X square plus 1 upon x square is nothing but y square plus 2 on the other side will become minus 2. Okay. So now in the main equation, instead of x square plus 1 upon x square, I'll write y square minus 2, and instead of x plus 1 upon x, I'll write y. Okay. So therefore our main equation will become 9 multiplied by y square minus 2, correct, minus 9 multiplied by y minus 52 equal to 0. Let us simplify this equation a little bit, correct. So 9y square minus 9 2s are 18 minus 9y minus 52 equal to 0. Okay. Upon further simplifying, minus 9y minus 18 and minus 52 will become minus 70. So 9y square minus 9y minus 70 equal to 0. Okay, this is the equation now. Okay, we added minus 18 and minus 52. Now we need to solve this equation. How do we do it? So by factorization method, 9 into 70 is minus 630. Negative aayega is bar. Okay, and we need to factorize minus 630 in such a way that the difference between the factors will be minus 9. So let us solve 630 ka factorization. If we start with 3 is 210. Again with 3 it is 70. Okay. Again with 7 it is 10. Then 2 5s are 5 1s are. Now let us take different pairs of numbers such that the difference between the factors should be 9. So if I take 7 into 5, 35. What is left? 3 into 3 into 2. 3 into 3 is 9. 9 into 2 is 18. 18 and 35. The difference is more than 9. So we cannot take this. Okay, let us take something else. So 3 into 2 into 5. 3 into 2 is 6. 6 into 5 is 30. and 7 into 3 is 21. As you can see, the difference between these two factors is 9 and that is what we needed. But the question is, since the multiplication is negative 630, one of these numbers has to be negative, 21 or 30, correct? Which one will be negative? It will be determined by this. We need minus 9 as the difference. So minus 9 kab aayega? When the bigger number is negative, right? So minus 30 plus 21 is the correct pair of factors. Let us use these factors to split the middle term. Minus 30 and plus 21. 9y square minus 30y plus 21y minus 70 equal to 0. Okay. In these two, you can take 3 common and also y common. So 3 into 3, one more y is left, minus 3 tens are, correct? Then in these two terms, you can take 7 common. So 7 3s are 21, y minus 7 tens are 70. Okay, as you can see, these two brackets are same. So take them outside. What will be left behind? 3y plus 7 equal to 0. So from here, 3y minus 10 is 0 or 3y plus 7 is 0. So y is 10 upon 3 or y is minus 7 upon 3. But this is not the final solution because we need to resubstitute the value of y in the equation and solve the equations again. Okay? So for y equal to 10 by 3, first let us calculate. For y equal to 10 by 3, y का value क्या है? X plus 1 upon x will be equal to 10 by 3. If we simplify this equation, you will get yet another quadratic equation. So x into x will become x square plus 1 equal to, x will go on the other side. I mean the denominator x will go on the other side now. So it will become x square plus 1 equal to 10x, okay, upon 3. Now 3 will also get multiplied here. So 3x square plus 3 equal to 10x. The equation is 3x square minus 10x plus 3 equal to 0. We need to solve this equation again, but this is only one of the values of x plus 1 upon x. Similarly, we'll have to do for the other one. Okay. So I want you to note down till here. Then we'll move on to the next part. I'll give you 1 minute to note this down. Then we'll solve the remaining question on the next page. Okay. Alright students, moving on to the next part of the question. So this is the equation. Let us write it again on the next page. 3x square minus 10x plus 3 equal to 0. Okay, this is the equation that we need to solve. 3 into 3 will become 9. So 9 ka factors chahiye such that the difference between the factors or the addition of the factors, is minus 10. So since the addition is negative, both the factors will be negative. Minus 9 and minus 1. Multiplication is positive 9. Addition will be minus 10. So let us use that. Minus 9x minus 1x plus 3 equal to 0. Factorize by grouping. The common factors here are 3 and x. So 1x minus 3 3s are 9 will be left behind. And here nothing is common. We can take minus 1 as common. So when we take a negative number outside, the sign will change inside the bracket. It will become x minus 3 again. Okay. So one bracket is x minus 3. The other bracket is 3x minus 1. So x minus 3 will be 0 or 3x minus 1 will be 0. So x ka do values from this equation are x equal to 3 or from here you will get minus 1 on the other side and x will be 1 upon 3. So 3 or 1 upon 3 is the value that we are getting from the first equation. Now y का एक और वैल्यू आया था हमारे पास, वो वैल्यू लेके भी सेम इसी प्रोसीजर में हम लोगों को x के बाकी दोनों वैल्यूज भी फाइंड आउट करने, राइट? व्हाट वाज द अदर वैल्यू ऑफ y दैट वी गॉट? लेट अस look at the value from the previous page. The next value of y is minus 7 upon 3. So let us use this to calculate the other two values of x. On the next page here, minus 7 upon 3, and for x plus 1 upon x equal to minus 7 upon 3. Okay, we need to substitute the value. So मैंने कर दिया, x plus 1 upon x is minus 7 upon 3. That is the other value. Similarly, we will form the equation x square plus 1 upon x equal to minus 7 upon 3. Cross multiply 3x square plus 3 ones are 3 equal to minus 7x. The equation is 3x square plus 7x plus 3 equal to 0. Okay, this is the equation now. Now here, if you look at the equation, we won't be able to factorize it. 3 3s are 9. 9 का दो फैक्टर्स ऐसा आएगा जिसका एडिशन 7 होना चाहिए. So 9 is a bigger number. We cannot find such factors, right? So we'll try some other method. Let us first find b square minus 4ac. We will go by formula method, right? So compare this with ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. So you'll observe that a is 3, b is 7, c is 3. Okay, so what is b square? Minus 4ac. b square is 7 square minus 4 into 3 into 3. Okay, so 49 minus 4 9s are 36. The answer here is 13. b square minus 4ac का value 13 आया. Let us find the values of x then. By formula method, x is minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Okay, minus b here will be minus 7. So minus 7 plus or minus root 13 divided by 2 multiplied by 3. So 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. Okay, so the two values of x from here are minus 7 plus root 13 by 6 or minus 7 minus root 13 by 6. Okay, so therefore the roots of the given equation are, we got 4 roots here. x के चारों values क्या है? 3, 1 upon 3, minus 7 plus root 13 upon 6. So 3, 1 upon 3, minus 7 plus root 13 upon 6 and minus 7 minus root 13 upon 6. Okay, these are the 4 possible roots. So I hope you have understood the question. It's a bit lengthy, but it's very simple because you know all the steps, right? हम लोगों को बस उसका value resubstitute करके 4 values find करना है. That's it. So I'll give you some time to note this down. Basically, in this question, we have solved 3 different quadratic equations, right? So please make a note of this. I'll give you 1 minute. Then we'll move on to the next question. Okay students, moving on to the next question, that is question number 9. Okay, if you look at the question, it is exactly the same question as this. Question number 9, question number 10, they are both similar questions. Okay, question number 9 and question number 10 are both similar questions. So I'll leave those questions up to you. For your reference, let me just write the questions here. Question number 9 is 2 multiplied by x square plus 1 upon x square minus x plus 1 upon x equal to 11. Okay, this is one equation you have to solve for x just like the previous question. And question 10, which is again a similar question, x square plus 1 upon x square in one bracket. Then we have minus 3 multiplied by x minus 1 upon x, okay, minus 2 equal to 0. So in this question, instead of x plus 1 upon x, it is x minus 1 upon x, but it won't matter because the solution will be same. Here also, you will assume this part, x minus 1 upon x as some other variable, and when you square it, okay, iska square aayega x square plus 1 upon x square but minus 2 equal to y. Okay, so y square है यहाँ पे, minus 2 उस साइड चला जाएगा तो इसका वैल्यू क्या आएगा y square plus 2. That's it. This is the only difference. Okay, पहले आ रहा था y square minus 2, now it is y square plus 2. So you have to solve this question also in the same manner. Also the hint is given to you for this. So I hope you can solve these questions on your own. Mark them as your homework. Those of you who don't have the textbooks, make a note of the questions. Let us now go to the next question, that is question number 11. Okay, the equation is x square plus 5x plus 4 multiplied by x square plus 5x plus 6 equal to 120. Question number 11. X square plus 5x plus 4 multiplied by x square plus 5x plus 6 equal to 120. Now this is also a simple question. Hint is given to you. Let the first part of this equation, x square plus 5x in both the brackets, to be some other variable. So in this equation it will become y plus 4 multiplied by y plus 6 equal to 120. Okay. Now instead of x square plus 5x in the equation I have just written y. Now if we solve this equation it will become a normal quadratic equation. Let us solve this. This will be y square plus 6y plus 4y plus 4 6 are 24 equal to 120. That means y square plus 10y plus 24 equal to 120. Take 120 on the left hand side, it will become minus 120. So y square plus 10y plus 24 minus 120 equal to 0. Okay, the difference between them is minus 96, correct, which is equal to 0. Now we need to factorize minus 96 in such a way that the difference between the factors is positive 10. Why difference? Because it is a negative number. Okay, minus 96 का दो factors चाहिए such that the difference between the factors is 10, positive 10. So we know that 16 6 are 96, correct, and the difference is also of 10, but we need positive 10, so the smaller number will be negative. Okay, so 16x and minus 6x, these are the possible pairs of factors. Let us split the middle term. Minus 6y minus 96 equal to 0. So in the first two terms y can be taken common, y plus 16. In the second two terms minus 6 can be taken common. If we take a negative number common, we will get a positive number here. So 6 16s are 96, which is equal to 0. The two brackets are y minus 6 multiplied by y plus 16 equal to 0. That means y is either 6 or y is minus 16, correct? So 6 or minus 16. Now we need to resubstitute the value of y here and solve the other two equations to find the values of x. Once again we will get 4 possible values, correct? 2 for y equal to 6 and 2 for y equal to minus 16. So therefore if y equal to 6, we know that x square plus 5x will be equal to 6, correct? Take 6 on the left side, the equation is x square plus 5x minus 6 equal to 0. The factorization here, we need to factorize minus 6 in such a way that difference between the factors will be plus 5. So it should be plus 6 and minus 1, correct? Plus 6 and minus 1. X square plus 6x minus 1x minus 6 equal to 0. In these two terms, x can be taken common. So x plus 6. In these two terms, minus 1 is common. Since nothing else is common, minus 1 can be taken outside. Sign will change now. will become x plus 6 equal to 0. Okay, so the two brackets are x plus 6 and the second one is x minus 1 equal to 0. Okay, so from here we can say that x is equal to minus 6 or x is equal to 1. This is upon solving the first equation when y equal to 6. Similarly, we have to solve for y equal to minus 16. Okay, if y equal to minus 16, x square plus 5x will become equal to minus 16, which makes our equation x square plus 5x plus 16 equal to 0. Okay, now we need to factorize 16 in such a way that the sum of the factors should be 5. So the only two factors that we know are 4 4s are 16, which makes the sum to be 8, and 8 2s are 16, which makes it 10. So 5 to milega nahi. So what else can we try is the value of b square minus 4ac. If we try to solve it using formula method, okay, here b square minus 4ac, which is equal to 5 square 25 minus 4 into 16 into 1. Okay, now 4 into 16, if you know, it is more than 25, correct? 4 into 16 is how much? 64. 4 into 16 is 64. So 25 minus 64. The value of b square minus 4ac is negative, which is less than 0. When you subtract this, you will get 39 minus 39, which is less than 0. That means we cannot assume this as a solution of this equation. The only possible solutions are minus 6 and 1. Okay, since b square minus 4ac is less than 0, the roots are not real. Okay, so therefore x का जो दो आंसर्स है वो हो सकता है -6 और x equal to 1. These are the only two solutions. Correct? So this is the solution of question number 11. Okay, so I'll give you a minute to note this down, then we'll move on to the next question. Okay, moving on to the next question now, students, that is question number 12. Solve each of the following equations giving answer up to 2 decimal places. Now, we have already done questions like this. You have to solve them, correct? And using the square root table, you have to find out the square root, correct, to 2 decimal places, and finally write the answer after calculating the value of x. So both these questions I hope you can do on your own. Question number 12 will be your homework. Moving on to the next question, that is question number 13. Let's solve question number 13. X upon x plus 2 the whole square minus 7 into x upon x plus 2 plus 12 equal to 0, where x is not equal to minus 2, because if it is equal to minus 2, the denominator will become 0. Now you can see both the brackets are same. All you have to do is assume it to be some other variable. Let x upon x plus 2 be equal to y. Okay, so the equation simply will become y square minus 7y plus 12 equal to 0. Correct? We need factors of positive 12 such that the addition of the factors will be minus 7. So minus 4 and minus 3 are the factors. Minus 4y minus 3y plus 12 equal to 0. Correct? addition is minus 7 and product is positive 12. Make groups. Here y is common, y minus 4. Here minus 3 is common, so sign will change, y minus 4 again. Okay, the two brackets are y minus 3 and y minus 4 equal to 0, which makes y minus 3 0 or y minus 4 0. Okay, which means y is 3 or y is 4. Now resubstitute the value of y, which is x upon x plus 2. Okay, therefore x upon x plus 2 equal to 3. Okay, for first value if we solve, so right here if y equal to 3, x upon x plus 2 equals to 3. Cross multiply this, x becomes equal to 3 multiplied by x plus 2. Okay, now this is just a linear equation, it's not even a quadratic equation. So x will be equal to 3x plus 6. What is the value of x here? Send that here, minus 6 on the left side. So 3x minus x, 2x will be equal to minus 6, x will be equal to minus 3. This is one value of x. Second value के लिए क्या करेंगे? If y equal to 4, in that case x upon x plus 2 will be equal to 4. Again cross multiply, x will be 4 into x plus 2. Okay, so x will be 4x plus 8. Send x there and 8 on the left side. So minus 8 equal to 4x minus x. 3x equal to minus 8. X का second value क्या आया? Minus 8 upon 3. In mixed fraction, if you want to write this, 3 2s are 6. 2 is the remainder divided by 3. Okay, so the value of x is minus 2, 2 by 3. Okay, 8 by 3 लिखो या minus 2, 2 by 3 लिखो, it is the same thing. The two values are minus 3 and minus 8 by 3. I hope you have understood this question. I'll give you 1 minute to note this down now and then we'll move on to the next question. Alright students, next is question number 14, where we have been given 3 sub questions or 3 equations and we have to find the solution for the given replacement set. The word replacement set is important here because x का value जो finally आएगा हम लोगों का, उसमें से we have to only consider those values that will fit inside the replacement set. Example, let us first see the first sub question here. Question number 14, first sub question. They have been given, they are telling us that the equation is x square minus 11x minus 12 equal to 0, where x belongs to natural numbers only. ठीक है, तो अगर इसका solution आने के बाद दोनों में से कोई भी solution ऐसा आ रहा है where x is not a natural number, we have to discard that solution. It is not possibly the solution. Let us see. If we solve this equation, we need to factorize minus 12 in such a way that the difference between the factors is minus 11. It is easy. X square minus 12x and plus x. So minus 12 plus 1, we will get minus 11 and the product is minus 12. Correct? Finally, we have minus 12 equal to 0. Here x is common, so x minus 12. Plus 1 is common, so x minus 12 again. Okay, one bracket is x minus 12, other bracket is x plus 1 equal to 0. That means x minus 12 is 0 or x plus 1 is 0. So x is 12 or x is equal to -1. But I told you earlier that the solution has to be a natural number. Okay, out of these two solutions, the only natural number is 12. So we will have to discard x equal to -1. Since x belongs to natural numbers, x equal to -1 is not a solution of this equation. Okay, therefore x equal to 12 is the only solution. Okay, so this is how you need to solve the rest of the two questions as well. We'll go on to the next one, but before that, please note this down. I'll give you 30 seconds. Then we'll go to the second sub question. Okay, so the second equation that is given here is x square minus 4x minus 12 equal to 0. Okay, and this time x belongs to integers. I means integers. This is the replacement set. So final answer दोनों integers होने चाहिए. Only then they are valid. Otherwise we will have to discard whichever value is not an integer. Correct? So let us solve. X square minus 4x minus 12 के लिए we will have to factorize minus 12 in such a way that the difference between the factors is minus 4. This is also easy. Minus 6x and plus 2x. Correct? Difference is minus 4 and product is minus 12. So minus 12 equal to 0. Group them together. Take x common here. So x minus 6 plus take 2 common here. Again x minus 6. The two brackets are x plus 2 and x minus 6 equal to 0. So x plus 2 will be 0 or x minus 6 will be 0. That means the answer for x is minus 2 or 6. Now both the solutions here are integers. As you can see, minus 2 and 6, they are both integers. So we don't need to discard any solution. Both these will be the solution of this equation. Okay, so therefore both x equal to minus 2 and x equal to 6 are integers. Hence both values are the required solutions. Okay. So in this question, both of them will be considered the solution. Now take 30 seconds to note this down and then we will conclude the session. Alright students, so this is it for today. The next sub question here is 2x square minus 9x plus 10 equal to 0, where x belongs to rational numbers, correct? So the third sub question you have to solve exactly like this, and the final answer should only have rational numbers as its solution. So if you get under root something, that is a irrational number. Under root prime number or under root any number which is not a perfect square is an irrational number. ठीक है, ऐसा कुछ आएगा तो उसको डिस्कार्ड कर देना है हम लोग. Correct? So please solve question number 14, third sub question on your own. So we will stop here today students, and in the next session we will continue and finish the remaining questions of this chapter. Thank you everyone.